Hello, and welcome back. Now, Liverpool have officially signed Bradley Barcola for £120 million. The player will come in. Documents expected to be changed. This is what's been said from Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool reach verbal agreement to sign Bradley Barcola. Here we go. Initial fee worth 100 million plus add-ons up to 140 million euros possible total package. Documents to be exchanged and Liverpool get their top target. Now, let me know how Liverpool fans are feeling, but for me, I think this is going to be a really good deal. Bradley Barcola, someone who's come in after two back-to-back Champions League wins with PSG, and yes, he might not be a regular starter. However, he is someone that comes in with serious potential. And you look at what Liverpool needed. They needed kind of a player that can play everywhere across the front three, and that's something that Bradley Barcola will provide you with. As I said, 23 plays for PSG, will be coming to Liverpool, and I think when you're watching for PSG, there is a lot of excitement there. There's a lot of quality there. I think yes, he obviously has areas of his game that he needs to work on, and yes, a lot of people will be critical of the price tag. However, when you look at what Liverpool have to replace in Mo Salah, Bradley Barcola is a very good player, and I think a lot of the wingers that they've been linked to, Yan Diomande, I think it's been talked about in DI, there's a few other players being in there as well. I think when you look at Bradley Barcola as the potential player that he is, and yes, people can say why PSG selling him is a red flag, is a lot of money. But Liverpool needed this sort of player in the team. You look at how Liverpool have been playing. Gakpo isn't really it. Engamo and Victor Munoz are two very young players. And obviously they've lost Mo Salah. Gakpo could be on his way out as well. And again, you could argue that he does need to work on a few things in his game. His finishing at times is not the greatest. But one thing you can say is his work rate and his ability to score goals is something that is really impressive for PSG. If you look at some of his stats and you look at the trophies that he's won during his time at PSG, it's something that is really impressive. And as I said, he's still 23. I think this is the perfect player for Andoni Iraola to work with and to develop. And I think in the Premier League, look at some of the quality of players that we've had. I mean, listen, I don't think he's worth 140 million. I don't think a lot of or 100 million, whatever's been paid for him in and around that mark. I think he's a 70 million. I mean, his market value is 49 million, so he's gone for almost three times the amount of that. I mean, it is. The market is crazy. It's always going to be inflated prices. But you look at how many games he started. He played 29 matches last season. Started 21 of those. So the people saying that he's not a regular starter, he did play a lot of games in the French league. 11 goals, 1 assist, and he did play some minutes across last season. Again at the World Cup, he was very, very good. So one thing he's going to add to Liverpool is directness. And yes, he plays most of his games off the left, which I think most of his minutes, most of his touches last season were on the left hand side. However, you look at how Liverpool want to play under Andoni Iraola, there could be that fluidity with the team. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, from a Liverpool fan's perspective, I think this is a really, really good signing. As I said, can score goals, can create chances, got pace to get in behind, and you look at that Iraola. Oh my god! You look at that Iraola system. He's someone that will come in and I think will flourish. I think he will be that starting left winger. Could very well see him on the right though. I can see with Gakpo being on the left for now, Engamoa naturally being more on the left. I can see him very well playing on the left hand side. I'm sorry, on the right hand side. But again, it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool, or it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool to replace Mo Salah. The question still has to be asked whether Barcola will be good enough to replace Mo Salah. They've lost out on a lot of goals, a lot of big moments from Mo Salah, but I think if you're looking at Barcola as a signing, someone that they've chased for a very long time, again, is a big package. However, I think it was a signing that Liverpool had to make. That Newcastle game wasn't great. Engamoa kind of got locked up. So did Victor Munoz. And again, they're still very young players. So for me, I think Barcola coming in is a very exciting move. And I'm sure he's going to do well in that Liverpool team. But let me know your thoughts in the comment. I think for me, very, very good signing. I'm sure he will do well in the team. I think he is a fantastic, fantastic signing. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. As I said, I'm a Man United fan, so I can't really give you the best. I've watched Liverpool quite a bit over the seasons, not really watched so much under Areola. I think what I can say with Barcola, he will come in and he will massively improve your team. I think from that point of view, it's a position where they've needed to strengthen. And again, I think his versatility will be key. As I said, his end product might be not the greatest, but he does score goals and he does have big moments for PSG. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments about Bradley Barcola going to Liverpool. Again, I'll go through one moment for what Fabrizio Romano said. So Liverpool reached verbal agreement to sign Barcola. Initial fee was £100 million plus add-ons, which can rise to around £135 million. And documents to be exchanged. Listen, when you're looking at Savio going for 85, looking at sort of the wingers that have gone for high prices, 140 million for a two-time Champions League winner, multiple trophies won with PSG, with the potential that he has, I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts.